had a pork roast last night, and had a lot of big piece of pork left over. So what I did is I sliced it up and got all the fat off of it. Because pork is pretty dry when you cook it in the oven, and I baked it. And so I cut up the pork meat, and the juice, I added water in the bottom of the pan, and this is the juice that came from the pork roast. So what I'm going to do now is, because pork, when it is dry. I mean, it's very dry because there's no fat through it. So it's pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make today something with a gravy. And I'm thinking, I have this. I have some, my favorite, horseradish cheese. Love it. I'm going to use apple cider because it's that time of year. Onions. Fresh mushrooms. And I'm going to put I'll make it all together in I'll make a sauce. I think I'm going to use a can of cream of mushroom soup too. And I do have a can of cream of mushroom soup. Excellent. So I have a can of cream of mushroom soup. So I'll use this too. I'm using all these things here. And I'll put it all over mashed potatoes. I know we haven't had potatoes in a while, but it's 42 degrees out today. Cold. We're supposed to get a frost coming up, and it's only October 4th. So it's getting that time of year. So anyway, I'm going to start here by cutting up my onions and sauteing my onions, my mushrooms in butter. I'm cutting up onion, sweet onion. How much onion? I don't know. Half of a big onion. Okay, and I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. How many mushrooms? Maybe a couple cups. I'll break these up. Yeah, pieces. It was cheaper to buy the pieces than the whole mushrooms. Turn the heat on, medium high. All right, I think that's enough. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know how many that was, but okay, we'll get them up to medium high, and then saute them and cook them down a little bit. Mushrooms and onions, smelling good, looking good, delicious. I'm going to add some cheddar cheese, horseradish cheddar. If you don't have any horseradish cheddar, just use some cheddar cheese and some horseradish. That's about all it is. It's hard to get apart too, this stuff. I'm going to add the horseradish cheddar cheese in here now. How much? Probably, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 slices. I didn't get that thing sliced. Ah! Okay, I'm going to just cut a piece of it. I don't know why they slice it at the deli, because it really can't. It just falls apart because it's cheddar. That looks pretty good. Little pieces. Okay, turn that down a little bit. Let that cheese melt. And I'm going to add my cream of mushroom soup. If you don't have cream of mushroom soup, you can just make a thin white sauce, which is milk, butter, and flour, and add that. I just was lazy today and doing this instead. And to this I'm going to add apple cider. How much apple cider? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a half a cup. like the smell of that apple cider. Why apple cider? Because it was in the refrigerator. And it's that time of year. And I think pork and apples is usually pretty good together. Well, we'll see how this tastes. This is an experiment. And you had to have something to thin out the cream of mushroom soup, and I didn't want to have just water. And we got a nice, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit, put it on low. Now if it gets too thick, and I got the cheese melt, if it gets too thick, I'm just going to add a little bit more apple cider. I'll let that cook for a little bit on low until it melts. Looking pretty good. The cheese is still melting in there. Got it on low. Stir it occasionally. I'm going to take some of the pork now. Not all of this, of course, but as much as I want in it. Probably half that much. Oh, yeah. Until my pan is full. That's a good amount. And stir this in. I'm going to put this over mashed potatoes. Or rice, you can put over rice, but I'm going to put over mashed potatoes. Or noodles. I better be good with noodles. Bruce, you want noodles, mashed potatoes, or rice? What would you like?
Noodles.
Noodles. Okay, we'll do noodles. That would be good over noodles. Okay, egg noodles. I'll get the egg noodles out. And there it is. Leftover pork with delicious. Kind of sweet. Kind of sweet, but mushroomy and a little bit sweet from the apple cider. Very good. I'll get the noodles going. Do the egg noodles now. Pan of water, half full. Put it on high. Leftover bag of egg noodles. Alright, medium egg noodles. I'm going to throw them in now. I haven't got time to wait for them to boil. Got these egg noodles too in the cupboard. Like to use. It's okay to mix and match. Whatever you got in the cupboard, leftovers. Yeah. Let's throw some of these in our stove. There we go. Stir them up. Probably need a little more water. I'll get a little more water. Water. A little water in there. That should be enough water for the egg noodles to absorb the water. Bring these to a boil, turn them down, and cook them maybe 10 minutes until you take one out and it's tender. Then you're ready to go. The noodles are just about done. You can see they're just about done. I took a couple out here and they're tender and they're cooked. So I'm going to put these in the colander and get rid of all the water. And then the cheese has all melted in here now. So it's nice and smooth looking. Okay, Bruce is going to try it. Well, let me give you a spoon for the beef, for the pork. Spoon for the pork. Here you go. And here's my plate. I'm having just a little bit right there. So there it is. How's it taste, Bruce? Good. Got a good on that. That's just a good. Okay. What you can do with the rest of the pork is, see that rest of that pork? You can add some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and make yourself some pulled pork and throw it on some bread and you got a delicious pulled pork sandwich because that pork is fully cooked, tender, cut up, and delicious.